Hey, what's going on, Virgo? Let's change the sign. Well, yeah, Virgo. What's going on? Welcome back to Virgo Goddess Intuition. Yes. Oh no. Hold on. Sorry, I got So yeah, welcome back to Virgo Goddess Intuition. Virgo, what is going on with y'all? I'm gonna tap into these energies and see what the 411 is. And yeah, I'm trying to clip this on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So we're here. We're all set with the sign. Set it up. And yeah, welcome all of you new subscribers and my day ones and returning viewers and all of you who are who've been commenting in the comment section. Thank you all and welcome. And I enjoy the interaction. And yeah, feel free to ask questions. You know, that's how we connect here in this group. And if any of these videos, Virgo, resonate with you and you feel compelled to share 144 with your fellow Virgos, go right ahead. I appreciate you all. So let's come in and get comfortable. And I hope all of you enjoyed your holidays. If you enjoy, partake, or don't, if you have a chance to laugh, awesome, good. So we're currently waxing. I think we were in Sagittarius a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken. I have so much to share with you birds. Okay, but hold on one second. Okay, here we go. So now we're in Aries. Today we're in Aries. We've been in Aries for a few days now, not Sagittarius. Okay, so um, if you have not seen or checked out the video over on Divine Raven 369, go check that out. Virgo. There may be something in that last read I did. However, scattered, and the energy just did not feel good. Okay. Um, but there may be some important messages in there for you if you haven't checked that out yet. So we are currently activating Aries, which is giving how much you have analyzed and worked through some things. You have created solutions. 3 to 4, where others have created problems. And that in itself, Virgo, is the problem. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot going on in your energy because you have worked super hard to have things at a place where they are in motion and in flowing. It's feeling like there is a time for you now to, I wouldn't say start something different, but maybe go back and revisit something now that something is flowing on auto. Did I say flying or flowing? It feels like something is flowing. It could be flying on auto. Okay, something that you've been spending some time on. Now it's time to revisit something else at this time that you have available to you. And yeah, let's just tap in and see what what's going on in the overall surrounding energy further. Okay, so this is energy that's surrounding your energy, and however this is playing out, you do have a little bit more space and time to kind of go back and refine a few things. right? So I don't know what it is that Spirit's trying to tell you. Perhaps it's not to overanalyze something that's already working. Now it's time to revisit something else that you may have put down due to some complication. There's some truth that's coming to you that won't be so obvious. Okay? But when it hits, it's gonna be like, wow. Okay. I also have another message for you, and I'm gonna share it with you. And I'm being told by Spirit to use a metaphor for something that 2 weeks ago I went into Home Depot 2 weeks ago, and I was looking for something, and then I saw something else, and I was like, oh my goodness, what I saw, okay, was a plant. Okay, I saw a plant, and well, actually, it was a shopping cart full of plants that were deemed as dead, and were going to either go back to the plant vendor. Who knows if they were going to do those plants go in the fire? I have no idea. I just saw this one particular plant, and it was in the worst shape. Right, the leaves were falling off. It was dry, and I was just like, "You are not finished. You're not done." Right, 646 on the counter. And I had to go through a few uh, red tapes, I guess, to be able to purchase the plant that they were going to get rid of. And I was like, okay, well, it's dying. It looks like it's dying, but I would like to purchase this plant at least half off or less than the price. And I had to go through a few people, and there was some doubters, like, oh, I don't know, this is not good today. And long story short, yeah, I'm dragging it out a little bit. She said 727. I ended up paying the plant for half off, and while I was trying to get the plant out, so I'm like, look, I'm taking you with me. You're not done yet. I already said that, right? So finally, I know it was like, who cares what it looks like, right? Trying to like get this plant out the store. Long story short, I brought the plant home. I repotted it. I did a lot of research on it, and it's a fiddly. It's a fiddle fig ficus tree plant, and I read up on it. It was like during the winter months it doesn't do much. Plant is kind of dormant, and want to fertilize it spring, summer, and so my whole idea was that I was just going to let the plant recuperate because I don't know what it's been through besides just like not being watered, extra dry and crispy. It looked like people were like picking the leaves off to propagate them instead of buying the plant. Yeah, the plant looked like it was in really bad shape. But we're 2 weeks in, and we are already seeing some growth and some budding, which is amazing because we're heading into the winter months, and all the information that I gathered said that this particular plant lies dormant until the spring and summer, and that's the best time to fertilize it. And I'm just like, I'm gonna leave it and just let it kind of recuperate from all the trauma that it's been through. And I'm just amazed. I'm amazed. And my faith is kind of like really restored through just taking this plant home and talking to it. And, all right. So it's like three branches together. Well, no, three separate trees together. And I didn't separate the roots or anything. I left them. And so there's three separate trees in one pot, and two of the stems. So it looks like the three wands, right? This plant. And we're already 10 minutes in Virgo, so there's something in here for you. Expect something amazing, 10 on the counter. But so there's like this was a three of wands plant. One plant has like some flowers shooting up off the top, and the two other stems had nothing on them. And they did have a few leaves, but they were like so brown and crunchy, they just eventually fell off. And I went to go look today, and we have growth on both of these stems. So there is no cap, Virgo, for when and how you are healing, how you're healing, okay? There is no particular season when the divine places her hand on you in the way of it is now time for you to spring forth 11:11. It doesn't matter what the environment, what the outside circumstance is looking like, feeling like. There's always something internally happening to benefit you in some way. Okay, so 11:33. That was the message. I drew so much from just just seeing that and witnessing it. And yeah, so I think we're moving in the right direction, Virgo. Okay, expect greatness, expect miracles. Okay, 11:55. Expect change. Okay, you are walking through many portal dimensions. Even when it seems like you're not even physically active. We have the sun and we have caring connections here. So, your caring connections don't have to lie with one particular thing. Um, Look for them. Okay? Yeah, the door to personal healing and happiness, Virgo. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so there's no your sense of community can come from many things. Many things. Alright. Even some of the unthought of things to give you a sense of community. Right? So here we go. What's in the message for Virgo? Virgo is this time and overall surrounding energy surrounding Virgo. Oh, and just for announcement, you can be Virgo anything. You don't have to be Virgo anything. Okay, so this message to resonate and yeah, all are welcome. So moon. Okay, there's something that feels like, or someone feels like they need to defend themselves in your overall surrounding energy on a spiritual level, okay? And they're being ruled by their emotions. What I'm picking up on this is that there needs to be a lot more self-reflection for whoever's on the outside of your energy circle at this time, okay? I don't see you reacting to any of this, although you may feel this energy very strong. There's nothing for you to do. Again, this is a projection of how someone is. You may be a mystery to them. Okay, you may also be very intuitive. All right, so somebody may feel like they are at a disadvantage, although they are not. Okay, so it's all in the way that somebody is thinking and comprehending, or maybe even comparing themselves to you. They feel like they're at a disadvantage. It could be a Taurus, okay, or this is what they are seeing. All right, this is why they feel like they're at a disadvantage. Because you're in this Taurus energy, right? And we have Hero of the Ages as well. I mean, I am not understanding. I'm sure Spirit will make it clear in this message why you being a healer or healing defense, or somebody feels like you need to be on the defense. It could have something to do with your boundaries here, this thing. All right, your boundaries. You know, Virgo, yeah, you definitely, it feels like you have a covert predator in your energy with this moon. Okay, someone wants to be in the defense when they are really offended by your boundaries, Virgo. Okay, so let's see what else. That's a lot from one card, but they could be a card. They don't have to be. Definitely something's happening. They are on this weeble wobble. In the last reading I did, and I posted it to Divine Energy 69, there was something about the cracks are showing, right? Well, somebody is feeling a loss of personal power, spiritual personal power, and it feels like they want to make you the subject of their defense. Okay, again, you have this mystery. You are a mystery to them. All right, there's a lot that they feel like they haven't figured out that you have, and you know they're going through this change. All right, be it for the better or the worse. There is a lot of change happening. Okay, it's feeling like a lot of static, but then it's like that static that becomes the catalyst to someone having some sort of a self-realization, a reflection, catching a glimpse of their own reflection, and maybe being briefly puzzled. Okay, it's okay. I hope you guys like my new intro. Yeah, I'll talk about that later. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely something about an intro. Someone needing to uh, create an intro for you, all right, because the perception of others matters to them so much. So somebody is going to try to perceive you, if that's the right word, go before you. They want to know where you're going so that they can go before you and lay some kind of a facade, some kind of a stage. All right, it's getting to the people before you do about whatever you're doing, because they feel like they need to defend their spiritual personal power, because they don't understand, which is a lot. I'm not going to break it down. Virgo, I don't think that you care really, but they're in your energy. So that's why we are talking about this right now. Okay, and it looks like you're standing in your power regardless. Right? You're not letting feelings predict how you decide to grow and heal. And that's a problem. Hold on. So now we have 8 pounds. So we have also have 12 pounds. Can make it up. So, yeah. Whoever this one person is, or group of people, okay, and with that Taurus energy, I'm feeling the number 4. Feeling to be up to 4 people. All right. One person in particular, and 3 by de facto. All right. 1926 could be significant, but there is something about this energy that is enough. There's just enough. So I think with this no energy that's trying to come through, it's creating anxiety like that 9 of sword energy for someone who knows that, either they can let the curiosity kill the cat, which in turn is going to force them or thrust them into this change, whether they're ready or not. once again, referring back to that glimpse in in the mirror, or that reflection, that quick glance reflection, and then being freaked the fuck out because it's a no, right? Yeah, this is what you look like. Not you, Virgo, but whoever's in your energy, you know, feeling all uncomfortable and anxious, because they feel like they are in trouble. They're in trouble, and perhaps they are. Um, but there's something about, even in this, with them being in your energy, there's something Spirit wants you to remember, and to also know that although someone may be trying to be all up in your face, either physically or spiritually, now it's not the time to kind of like do something. There's something that you need to remember, right? Yeah. It's something you need to remember, and now is not the time to do something. So spirit will be aiding you just in keeping a very calm, almost stoic demeanor, right? But yeah, it's balance, cooperation, and partners. Okay, partnership, partners. Okay, so there's something about sort of romance here, all right, as well. So yeah, whoever this is, the one plus the three, I don't know if this is someone who you were in a business partnership with, and they wanted to make it into like a romance, or whether this is actually too much. Um, mm, I'm not feeling like there's a connection here. I feel like more like this person is trying to attach their energy to your energy. Okay, but let's see. I'm gonna get two more. Alright, so we got, I don't know how many. Yeah, so it looks like they were trying to attach themselves to you, feeling like they feel about the ages. They could be experiencing some financial constraint. Okay, and they thought with this third house energy that they were making a right, they were trying to make the right connection in the wrong way. All right, and feeling like you were, with the sixth house energy here, feeling like you were obligated, um, because this is something that you do. I don't know if they feel like you were obligated, or they were testing, or I don't, you know what this oh, all right. Uh, it's kind of like someone needing your help and not knowing how to ask for it, sort of thing. Okay, it's, and I don't know why I'm getting like the crying of an infant, right? Um, so maybe there's something that you need to remember. Now is not the time for you to do something, Virgo, in this situation, because maybe, you're not realizing if this connection is like, if this person is trying to like be in your energy, or for real be in your space, okay, you may want to, we don't like to talk, right? If we just don't have these conversations. But with this attachment being here, sixth house, third house, you have the eighth house. And this is what's going to bring the change. This person does not know how to ask for help. Yeah, feel as able with the financial constraint. It could be very well. You don't know why the person is going through what it is that they're going through. or even if they're going through a financial crisis. You don't know why this is, right? But you look like the ideal situation where they can latch on with the attachment. So, right, and make it work for them with this third house connection, right? And there's like it doesn't work. It just does not work that way. All right. So and then to go before you and try to mislead others about you, that's the confusing part too. But it could be several situations. It doesn't have to be like all one thing for everyone. All right. But yeah, at the bottom of the deck, you still have the balance cooperation and your partner. Okay. You did see the caring connection and the door to happiness and abundance. All right. So we have contracts in here. All right. So it looks like it's gonna be a no. It looks like it's going to be a no. But let's see what this is about. All right. Well, looks like a tower. Hardball. No. Yeah. So on the split, we have protect, heal, cast spells, and we have don't let pride get in the way, which is your energy. So somebody could need something that they can't ask because it's something that they did, or it just feels like if it's just one person, a lot of double minds. Like they need your help, but they feel like they need to defend themselves spiritually against the person's house or defend their person's house. I don't know. It's just weird. All right. So let's do four for Virgo. All right. So what's holding you back? What's holding you back, Virgo? Let's put this in. What's holding you back? All right. Get clear on what you want. So maybe it has a lot to do with what we talked about in the beginning, Virgo. Right, about now maybe it's time for you to redirect your energy or your vision towards something that didn't work before. Okay, for you, not for someone else. All right, and what's holding you back? So there's nothing holding you back from revisiting something now that you have one thing that's kind of like in the flow, right? There's nothing wrong with going in and going back and revisiting something now that you clear up some space. Yeah, keep moving forward. You got this. So something is a tempting offer at a high price, Virgo, and I really feel like this is you. All right, there's something in your energy that, as a result of this, if it presents itself to you, that something will be a tempting offer. It may even be at a high price, right? But that's why the divine wants you to not only protect your ideas, but in the meantime, know that there's something that you have got to remember, right? Because now is not the time to do something. And it's giving that reaction, right? So let's see what else. We have two more. All right. Stay true to yourself. Yeah, step into the unknown. Do not be afraid. Hell here and things things come and go. Surrender to the universe. All right. So what it's really giving Virgo is that someone or something is going to present itself, and they are going to have to deal with whatever. Right? So you're not to be afraid to step into the unknown. Okay, and to surrender it. Right. Remember. Okay, because I'm just really feeling like whatever this is, it is a very strong, long energy that it looks like to what is like, just to the regular two eyes, it may look like it doesn't make any sense because it doesn't. It takes that special vision to be able to see that someone is in desperate need of something. Um, and it looks like they're gonna get it from the divine. And it is what it is. Okay, it most certainly is what it is. So, mm-hmm. Just try to clarify some of these cards. Alright, so let's see. What's the moon? What's the moon? Alright, be with nature. Alright, so somebody needs to spend time in nature. They're not spending enough time in nature. So that could be why the thoughts, the judgments, and the projections are cloudy. Alright, I'm going to shuffle again. Find out what's going on with the 8th house. Here's Diane here. Goddess energy. Yeah, somebody feels like they're not measuring up to your your inner god or goddess, which is, I don't know, somebody's confused. And I think that's why the divine wants you to like pump the brakes on their ridiculous behavior or whatever this is. Alright, whatever this is, it came out. It's on the floor and went in the reverse. Impossible things. Okay. Impossible things. All right, so 8th house. So somebody thinks that something is not possible. Having a fresh perspective. I don't know how deep the distortion goes. Like I said, I'm not diving into that. Okay, but yeah, imaginative release. So somebody could, whoever this is, they see you moving and taking things by leaps and bounds. Okay, having a fresh perspective. They could be trying to touch your perspective. Um, yeah, so they are limited. But there is something that's going to happen that's going to bring about this major change. All right, this is going a little longer than I wanted to. So let's see. I guess that we could go longer. So we have blue moon. All right. Yeah, you're ready to make the master change. All right, and that's really making somebody anxious. Like that's the energy. Like, oh, you make somebody sick. Or, I just heard them saying and they're blaming you again. The projection. No, maybe they are sick. They need some healing, but you're not the reason why. But that's exactly what the energy is. Okay. Yeah, you're creating your masterpiece. It's making somebody anxious. All right. Something that they're not going to be able to do. All right, because they don't believe in the impossible, which is weird. Maybe that and that has it's like a cycle. I'm feeling the cycle. All right, the cycle. All right, manifestation. So it's something about what this person is manifesting as a result of the descending. Um, what you see, what you seek is seeking you. All right, so it's really plain. However, somebody trying to project a need that they have onto you. It's 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 not your job to figure them out. It's their job to learn how to communicate. Okay, this ain't it. All right, that's in spirit. That ain't it. And what is the healer of the ages? Familiar, listen and learn. Okay, and that's why they're being advised to spend some time in nature. All right, and to listen and learn, to be more observant, to become more one with self and nature. What's the financial constraint? Right, at the bottom of the deck, we have curious and curious and release your power just to alchemy. All right, so I think that's what this attachment is really about. Them needing you to release your power. Unknowingly or indirectly. Okay, yeah, something like curious and curious. Yeah, so they're very curious. They want to figure it out. No, when the good God say ask and shall receive, not try to be slick about it. Yeah, we're in love with this situation, Virgo. Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. Yeah, you could feel the flip mode, squad. Right, but your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. This is financial constraint. So yeah, they could be a Taurus. It could be 4 people. Um, yeah, their dreams to destroy you is not what they're saying. You need a practical plan. Okay. I guess learning how to ask, all right, and how to receive needs to be a part of that dream. And it needs a practical plan, all right, but they're in their self node, so perhaps feeling and coming out of the self node energy needs to be a part of the dream. Uh, and then there needs to be a practical plan. All right, it's like reversing the stubborn bull. It's like be stubborn for a beneficial reason, I guess, but we still have a capacity to, all right, invest in it. All right, so it's feeling like while somebody is trying to directly, like a direct defamation of your character, they are investigating it as well. Um, yeah, what's your secret sauce? All right, they want to take a closer look, but it's not going to matter. They're being blocked. Their distortion is blocking. Okay, and that is pretty much the point. There's nothing from the situation. All right, nothing ain't gonna come of the situation. What do we got for attachment? Wow, those 2 cards you need, I'm gonna take them. They slid over, so I'm definitely gonna take them for you, Virgo. Alright, so that first quarter moon, right, it's time to commit and bring light into somebody's dark sky. All right, so there's something about the first quarter moon, all right, around the time you're in this last quarter moon energy, but in the beginning, there was Jack, and they tried to Jack off your energy. And yeah, they really want you to bring light, into the dark sky. But the communication, third house, is off. All right, the connection is off. They made all the wrong connections instead of making the right connection. All right, with you, um, for whoever this is. Yeah, strange Valentine. Love is strange. Okay, but yeah. So you're on the right. All right. If you don't understand, this is not your love language. You don't understand for whoever I'm picking up on. Right. Oops. I said I was gonna take those cards. So we got one more. Dark moon. All right. Pause and rest. You deserve it. So at this time, it's time for you to pause and rest. This person, why they stop what they were doing. Pause and rest. Spend some time in nature. Listen and learn, and make better decisions. But it really looks like whatever it is that they do or don't do, it's going to catch up with them. All right, so Virgo, we have I see positivity of others. Okay, all right, so you're being encouraged, like regardless of whatever happens in this situation, and Spirit is leading this message, y'all. So yeah, okay. Regardless of what happens in the situation, whether this person makes an impact or a slight impact or an annoyance of an impact or no impact at all, right? I'm trying to make this more than it is. Spirit wants you to speak positive of them as much as you possibly can, okay? All right? And then it may not come instantly. Yeah. Mhm. I don't know why. all right. Spirit's looking at me. You get a side eye. You know why. All right. You just think about it, Virgo. Okay. I advance through my own ability. So yeah, Virgo, you are becoming more of a sharp uh, visionary. Okay, you are advanced. Yes, as well, and you do good. Continue to do good. Okay, continue to do good, and you give blessings, and that's why going back to speaking positively of others, the best of to your ability given the circumstance. You could go there, and maybe that's what it is. So it is like, you could go there, and you'd be very right to go there. Um, but sometimes it's just better to allow for nature to take its course. Cost? Ooh, for nature to take its course, or nature to take its course. All right, somebody better be listening. Anyway, that's your message, Virgo. Until next time, next episode, okay. Until next time.